Greetings. Today is 11:43. Me and my partner out here getting it this morning, and he's gonna remain anonymous, but he has a story that he wants to add, and I'm gonna preface it by saying, stop trying to impress thugs. Stop trying to impress folks who ain't gonna mean nothing in a year or two. Stop trying to impress folks who don't mean nothing in terms of the value system that they doing. If you trying to impress dope dealers, thugs, prostitutes, and I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna preface this. Everybody got a human side, but when you steadily trying to impress that lifestyle, let me say that, because we all people. When you trying to impress that lifestyle and keep buying that lie, you the one who gonna lose in the end. You gonna have loss of your purpose, even though God can use that. But how much do you gotta lose of family life, of time to be whole, of time to be in your right mind, of time not being incarcerated, of time with your kids that you say you love? Or is it gonna be too late before you can really love them? Because you was so busy getting high and let life pass you by. Real life. I ain't talking about that intoxicated life. I'm talking about real life. Helping your kid to learn how to tie his shoes. Seeing your baby walk for the first time. Feeding your kids. Seeing your wife or the woman you had that child by smile when you come home bringing the bacon.
Yes, and that is very true. Also, like I said, the times that you spend in the streets, you know, the people appear to be your friends or whatever, but they waiting on you to fall. Time and time again, when we out there, we try to say we're gonna perfect the game, meaning we're gonna try to do it differently than we did it the last time. Well, me personally, I spent 10 years trying to perfect the game. I'm not gonna do it this way. I'm gonna do it that way the next time. It ain't one way to be right. Let's start off right. You can't start off south going north. See, so when you're trying to change, you got to make a change. You got to put all that before you behind you. And it's just sad that how many kids that don't have both parents, and it's both fault, mother and father, because see sometimes women say things out their mouth that it's really detrimental in the relationship. Sometimes a man will say something, then sometimes he'll just get irate because he doesn't have communication skills to explain to her, his opinion on that situation. And it's just very important nowadays in this day and time that you try to keep the family together. Like I say, trying to get out there in these hoods, trying to show that you ain't afraid or you ain't just... See, like I say, it's not the matter of what they think, it's what you think. See, the pigeons don't fly with the eagles because their wings ain't strong enough. Mm-hmm. And you'll always be able to tell a person that don't fit in. Always. Because he stands out. He stands out. A person that doesn't fit in, but you're going to try to make yourself fit in by disrobing yourself of the values that you do have and were brought up with, and start to be like them.
Yeah. This morning we was riding and saw, at 9 o'clock, school started at 8:50, mm-hmm. High school. And we saw like at least 50 kids walking away from school. Not to school, away from school. And it's just like, at what point does anything of substance matter? And how often do we have to lose our youth because they didn't have no guidance? Tell about you talking about how the girls was dressing and stuff like that.
Those are consequences for disobedience. And mothers, I wonder why would you let your 9th grade and 8th grade daughters walk around in these spandexes showing their privacy and their breasts hanging out, and then shorts. I know it's all fashion and all that, but it's morals and principles too. But then a man says something to him because he's aroused, even though she is of not of age and all that, and you want to kill him because he your baby or whatever. But it's your fault. You allow them to walk around. What are you training to be? A strip dancer? A prostitute? Or what? At 9 years old? I mean, at 9th grade, 10th grade, wearing long hair and fingernails and all that. That doesn't give you an excuse to put your moral principles down. Don't get me misunderstood. I'm just saying that these are things we need to be thought about and talked about, because you are sending a signal. Now, when you let your little girl go out with them long fingernails and long weaves and tight pants and showing everything that they have, and then you are offended because an older man looks at them and may say something to him, might go as far as to say something. But I'm saying these things that we need to think about and control a little better, because you as a adult woman, if you see a young man that you think is muscular or slender and dressed real well, you as a woman, as an adult, you have feelings. You know, I'm not saying that you act on them all the time, but why allow that temptation to even be there? See?
Yeah, it goes both ways. I mean,
yes, indeed.
We got the cougars out here.
Mm-hmm. I'm just saying though, but when they go too far as far as the exposure, you know, and then act like they're wondering why someone says something to you, teenager.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, we got to take responsibility for our kids, and if we want to say Black Lives Matter, White Lives Matter, Hispanic Lives Matter, Asian Lives Matter, I mean, all lives matter. But how much do it matter to you about your kids? How much does that matter? At some point, it's just, shoot, you got to figure it out. What you gonna do for your kids? How you gonna raise them? Like, what you really telling them is okay? Like what's really going on? So we just here to say, raise your kids.
Exactly.
Take time to be a parent. Don't let your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s come around and your kids grown and then try and be daddy or mama.
Yeah, and I want you to ask yourself this question: what are you showing? What are you showing? I mean, why? What purpose is a 9th grade student got them tight short ass? You are attracting pedophiles, people that have even no inkling of an intention, but you are pulling that with their exposure. Why do you think they have age limits on certain things? But now you say, for instance, if they're a child, then you don't want them watching X-rated movies or X-rated content materials, but you are letting them get in an X-rated situation. Was if why the spandex so tight? What is there? What are you trying to show? Why the pants so tight around the butt? What are you trying to advertise? Who are you trying to lure? Everybody, who they trying to lure with pants being that tight, spandex, all up in the crotch. Showing those are halter tops. Showing, what are you trying to lure? You trying to lure somebody, or what the purpose?
Oh, it's gonna catch something.
Yeah.
It's gonna catch somebody's attention.